There are two methods by which you can connect Lightbridge 1 or Lightbridge 2 to Intelli-G when using the A2 or A3 controllers. This first method is the method that we recommend using because it is a safe method. Please use this method unless you are forced to use the second one. This method also applies to the case where you are using the built-in Futaba receiver of A2. Both A2 and A3 have 4 PWM outputs. They are numbered F1, F2, F3 and F4. The first one, the F1, is normally used to control the multi-rotor retracts. So this means we only have 3 PWM outputs left. I know it doesn't sound much, but believe me, you'll be able to control a lot of the camera functionality with only just these 3 ports. Intelli-G has 4 PWM inputs, so this means you can use any of those 4, doesn't matter which exactly, you'll be able to configure them later. Also, you may power Intelli-G straight out from the A2 controller using any of the available ground and 5V pairs on the A2, which you connect, of course, to the same 5V and ground pairs that Intelli-G has. Please make sure you mount it in a safe place so that the remaining connectors do not short circuit. If you're using a DJI multi-rotor and a Zenmuse, the nicest place to mount it is here. Once you have properly connected Intelli-G to your A2 controller, you must open the DJI A2 Assistant and go to your RC mappings, where you will find D1, D2, and D3 and D4 channels, which correspond to the F1, F2, F3 and F4 ports. If your F1 port is controlling your retracts, then please do not touch D1. The remaining channels that we are interested in are D2, D3 and D4, and it is safe to use this. On Lightbridge 2, we have this wheel on the top right, which is very important as it is the only switch that we can use which is not a momentary switch. This, although it is a wheel, it acts as a 4-position switch, and the way it works is to rotate it to one side and click to change the position. So this is very important that we map here, and to map it you must select channel 14. This channel corresponds to this switch. Now the other 2 channels, we recommend mapping them to the C1 and C2 momentary switches, which are located behind the remote, and the channels that correspond to those switches are channel 9 and channel 10. If you do not feel comfortable using C1 and C2, you can use any of the available momentary switches on your remote, but please make sure that you use channel 14, as it is extremely important, as you'll later understand. In the case you are using Lightbridge 1 or the internal Futaba receiver, then it is a lot easier to map whatever switches or sliders that you have available on your remote to the available channels. We recommend that you use one channel for a 3-position switch, or if you have more than 3-position switches on your remote, we recommend using the one that has the most positions. Then the second channels, we recommend that you allocate to a slider or knob, and the third channel we recommend mapping it to a 2-position switch.